Yesterday, the Monetary Board met to discuss the central bank's monetary policy stance for the seventh time in 2019. And the decision of the Monetary Board was to maintain the accommodative monetary policy stance with policy rates and the statutory reserve ratio unchanged at the current levels. When you look at the global outlook and the global economic performance, we have seen that geopolitical and trade tensions have led to a significant deterioration of global growth and its outlook. And as a result, the subdued demand pressures and low commodity prices can be seen, and those have posed notable downside risks to the global inflation outlook as well. And because of that, monetary policy in several key economies, including advanced economies as well as emerging market economies, has become increasingly accommodative in view of this bleak global economic outlook. If you take the year 2019, so far, 64 countries have reduced policy rates 166 times, and only 16 countries have raised policy interest rates during this year. In the domestic economy, the financial market has shown some volatility in recent days after an initial positive response to the outcome of the presidential election. If you look at the treasury bill market, when you look at the primary market yields, you saw a large drop just after the elections, and there has been some adjustment after that. And to the government securities market, there have been foreign inflows during the month of October as well as in November. The stock market indices went up, but there were foreign outflows from the stock market. And in the exchange rate also, we have seen some sharp appreciation followed by some depreciation, and now it seems that the volatility has stabilized to a great extent. Economic growth in 2019 is likely to be modest during the remainder of the year. We expect economic growth to be just below 3% in 2019. And the tax relief measures announced by the government are expected to boost economic activity in the short term, supported by improved investor confidence and accommodative monetary policy. And we also believe then that an appropriate policy mix, which utilizes the available limited policy space prudently, would support the economy to reach the economy's potential as well as enhance its potential over the medium term. When you look at the external sector performance, trade deficit contracted by US dollars 2.3 billion in the first 9 months of 2019, with exports growing by 1% during this period and imports declining by 13.4%. In particular, we saw a reduction in imports of personal motor vehicles, gold, particularly in imports of those items. Tourist arrivals continued to show a gradual yet steady improvement after the Easter Sunday attacks. During the first 10 months of the year, tourist arrivals have declined by 20.7%. But if you take the year-on-year figures from May up to now, there is a steady improvement. In the month of May, tourist arrivals dropped by 70.8%. In June, that drop was limited to 57%. In July, 46.9%. In August, 28.3%. In September, 27.2%. And by October, the year-on-year decline in tourist arrivals has been limited to 22.5%. On a cumulative basis, workers' remittances have declined. During the month of October, there was a marginal improvement in workers' remittance inflows. But overall, on a cumulative basis, there has been a decline of 5.8%. The exchange rate has appreciated by 1.3% thus far during the year. And during the first 10 months of the year, the central bank has purchased US dollars 303 million from the market on a net basis, and we have purchased more during the month of November as well. And gross official reserves increased to 7.8 billion by end of October 2019, and that is sufficient to cover 4.7 months of imports. Interest rates on deposits continued to decline. But if you look at the average weighted new deposit rate, that declined by 284 basis points during April and August, between April and August 2019, increased by 25 basis points during the months of September and October. This was because of the removal of the cap on deposit interest rates. The average weighted deposit rates, however, this is the average weighted rate on the stock of deposits of the banking sector, declined by 10 basis points, by a further 10 basis points to 8.27%. And since April, AWDR has declined by 70 basis points. With cost of funds declining in response to the measures taken by the central bank over the past year, market lending rates continued to decline. The AWPR was 12.24% at the end of April. It has come down to 10.2% by last Friday, and the average weighted lending rate has declined by 20 basis points more during the month of October. It was 14.47% in April. Now it's at 13.71%. And we expect a further decline in bank lending rates in the period ahead. Specifically, we expect the average weighted prime lending rate to reduce by a further 70 basis points to below 10%, around 9.5% by end 2019. And the average weighted lending rate is expected to decline by around 120 basis points more to below 12.5% by March 2020. In addition, reduced cost of funds on account of the recent reduction in effective tax on the banking sector will enable banks to reduce lending rates further. When you look at monthly credit disbursements to the private sector, there was a steady absolute increase in private sector credit during the period from August to October 2019. But the year-on-year growth of private sector credit has decelerated to 5.1% by October 2019. Going forward, we expect year-on-year decline in private sector credit until the end of this year, and only in 2020, private sector credit growth will start to pick up. Driven by the subdued credit expansion to the private sector, broad money growth also continued to moderate during the first 10 months of 2019. Broad money growth decelerated to 6.7% year-on-year in October 2019 from 7.4% in the previous month. This was the lowest broad money growth recorded since December 2008. When you look at inflation, we saw inflation accelerating recently due to increased food prices driven by domestic supply disruptions. If you look at the two charts, you can see that inflation, year-on-year inflation based on CCPI was 5.4% in October, but food inflation in the CCPI basket was 6.8%. And the second chart is about the national CPI. NCPI based year-on-year inflation was 5.6%, and food inflation in that basket was 7.3%. But inflation is expected to remain in the desired range of 4 to 6% in the near term as well as the medium term. We expect volatility in inflation in the coming months, mainly because of three reasons. The first one is transitory supply side disruptions. Second one is the impact of tax revisions. And the third, the possible revisions to administratively determined prices. And the announced tax revisions and planned public sector wage increases could have a direct upward impact on aggregate demand. In 2020, but with the prevailing negative output gap expected to close only gradually in the medium term, inflation is projected to remain within the desired range over the medium term. And the well-anchored inflation expectations are also expected to support mid-single-digit inflation. And with these factors, the Monetary Board was of the view that the policy measures adopted by the central bank in recent months are being transmitted to the economy through the financial market, with market lending rates declining as envisaged. And the recent tax revisions would support lower inflation and higher economic growth in the short term, but there is a need for greater clarity with regard to the medium-term fiscal path of the government to assess the impact on the economy over the medium term. And the decision to maintain policy interest rates unchanged by the Monetary Board is consistent with the aim of maintaining inflation in the desired 4 to 6% range while supporting economic growth to reach its potential over the medium term. Thank you, and with that, let me invite my colleagues, Dr. Lasitha Padberia and Dr. Sujitha Jegajeevan, to summarize the presentation in Sinhala and Tamil languages. Thank you.
අයිබෝවන් අද දින ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුවේ මුදල් මණ්ඩලය 2019 වසරට අදාළව 7 වන මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්ති විවරණය ප්‍රකාශයට පත් කළා. ඒ අනුව ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුව සිය ප්‍රතිපත්ති පොලි අනුපාතික නොවෙනස්ව පවත්වා දැනට පවතින ලිහිල් මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්තිය පවත්වාගෙන යාමට තීරණය කළා. ඒ අනුව නිත්‍ය තැන්පතු පහසුකම් අනුපාතිකය සහ ණය පහසුකම් අනුපාතිකය 7% සහ 8% මට්ටමේම පවත්වාගෙන යාමට තීරණය කළා. මේ තීරණය සඳහා එළඹීමේදී ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුවේ මුදල් මණ්ඩලය දැනට පවතින දේශීය මෙන්ම ගෝලීය සාර්ව ආර්ථික ප්‍රවණතාවයන් හා අපේක්ෂිත සාර්ව ආර්ථික ප්‍රවණතාවයන් සලකා බැලුවා. මම එම ප්‍රවණතාවයන් පිළිබඳව ඉතාම කෙටියෙන් කරුණු ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමට සූදානම් වෙනවා. අපි මුලින්ම දේශීය ගෝලීය ප්‍රවණතාවයන් සලකා බලමු. අයහපත් ගෝලීය ආර්ථික ඉදිරි දැක්ම හමුවේ බොහෝ ප්‍රධාන ආර්ථිකවල මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්තිය ස්ථාවරව වඩාත් ලිහිල් කරලා තියෙනවා. වර්ධනය වන භූ දේශපාලනික අස්ථාවරතාවයන් හා වෙළඳ අර්බුද හේතු කොටගෙන ගෝලීය ආර්ථික වර්ධනය හා එහි ඉදිරි දැක්ම සැලකිය ලෙස අයහපත් වුණා. එමගින් නැතිවන මන්දගාමී ඉල්ලුම් තත්ත්වය හා අඩු මට්ටමේ භාණ්ඩ මිල ගණන් ගෝලීය උද්දමන අපේක්ෂා සැලකිය ලෙස පහළ යෑමේ අවදානමක් තියෙනවා. ජනාධිපතිවරණයෙන් අනතුරුව මුල් අවස්ථාවේදී දක්වන ලද ධනාත්මක ප්‍රතිචාරයන් අනතුරුව මෑත කාලයේදී මූල්‍ය වෙළඳපොළ යම් විචලතාවයක් පෙන්눔 කළා. ආර්ථික වර්ධනය පිළිබඳව සලකා බැලුවොත් වසරේ ඉදිරි කාලය තුළ ආර්ථික වර්ධනය මධ්‍යස්ථව පවතින වෙතයි අපි පුරෝකථනය කරනවා. ඉහළ ගිය ආයෝජක විශ්වාසය සහ ඉහළ ගිය ලිහිල් මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්තියේ සහායද ඇතිව රජය විසින් ප්‍රකාශයට පත් කරන ලද බදු ලිහිල් කිරීමේ ක්‍රියාමාර්ග හේතුවෙන් කෙටි කාලිනව ආර්ථික ක්‍රියාකාරකම්වල ඉහළ යාමක් අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. දැනට පවතින සීමිත ප්‍රතිපත්ති අවකාශය වඩාත් හොඳින් උපයෝජනය කරමින් වඩාත් සුදුසු ලිහිල් ප්‍රතිපත්ති සංකලනයක් හඳුන්වා දීම මගින් මැදි කාලිනව ආර්ථිකයට විභව වර්ධනය මට්ටම දක්වා ළඟා වීමටත් විභව ආර්ථික වර්ධනය තවදුරටත් ඉහළ නංවා ගැනීමටත් හැකි වෙනු ඇතයි අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. විදේශාංශ ලෙස සලකා බැලුවොත් අපි ආනයන වියදමේ පහළ යාම ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් හේතු කරගෙන 2019 වසරේ පළමු මාස 9 තුලදී වෙළඳ හිඟය සමුච්චිත වශයෙන් පහළ යාම මගින් විදේශීය අංශයේ කාර්ය සාධනය ඉහළ ගියා. මුල් මාස 9 ජනවාරි ඉඳලා සැප්තැම්බර් දක්වා කාලය තුල වෙළඳ හිඟයේ පහළ යාම සඳහා මෝටර් රථ, රත්රන්, පිරිපහදු කළ ඛනිජ තෙල්, සහල් සහ ප්‍රවාහන උපකරණ යන ආදී ආනයනයේ පහළ යාම හේතු වුණා. පාස්කු ඉරිදා සිදු ප්‍රහාරයෙන් පසුව සංචාරක පැමිණීම් ක්‍රමයෙන් ඒත් ස්ථාවර ලෙස වර්ධනයක් පෙන්눔 කරනවා. සේවා නියුක්තිකයන්ගේ ප්‍රේෂණ බැලුවොත් අපි ජනවාරි සිට ඔක්තෝබර් දක්වා එම ප්‍රේෂණයන් 5.8කින් පමණ අඩුවීමක් වාර්තා කළා. 2019 වසරේ මේ දක්වා කාලය තුල එක්සත් ජනපද ඩොලරයට හා සාපේක්ෂව ශ්‍රී ලංකා රුපියල 101.3කින් පමණ අති ප්‍රමාණය වෙලා තියෙනවා. පළමු මාසයේ 10 තුලදී ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුව විදේශ වෙළඳපොළෙන් එක්සත් ජනපද ඩොලර් මිලියන 300කට අධික ප්‍රමාණයක් සුද්ධ වශයෙන් මිලදීගෙන තිබෙනවා. 2019 ඔක්තෝබර් මාස අවසානයේ විට දර නිල සංචිත විදේශ සංචිත ප්‍රමාණය ඇමරිකන් ඩොලර් බිලියන 7.8ක් ලෙස ඇස්තමේන්තු කර තිබෙනවා. අපි දැන් පොලි අනුපාතික පිළිබඳව සලකා බලමු. තැන්පතු මත පොලි අනුපාතික අඛණ්ඩව පහළ ගියා. බරිත සාමාන්‍ය තැන්පතු අනුපාතිකය නොවැම්බර් මාසයේදී පසුගිය මාසයට සාපේක්ෂව 8.27 දක්වා පදනම් අංක 10කින් පහළ ගියා. බරිත සාමාන්‍ය තැන්පතු අනුපාතිකය අප්‍රේල් මාසයේ සිට පදනම් අංක 70කින් පහළ ගියා. ඒත් අප්‍රේල් සිට අගෝස්තු දක්වා කාලය තුල පදනම් අංක 284කින් පමණ පහළ ගිය බරිත සාමාන්‍ය නව තැන්පතු අනුපාතිකය සැප්තැම්බර් සිට ඔක්තෝබර් දක්වා කාලය තුල 8.6 දක්වා පදනම් අංක 26කින් ඉහළ ගියා. පෞගිය වසරක පමණ කාලය තුල ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුව විසින් ගන්න ලැබූ ක්‍රියාමාර්ගවලට ප්‍රතිචාර වශයෙන් අරමුදල් පිරිවැය පහළ යාමත් සමග වෙළඳපොළ ණය පොලි අනුපාතික පහළ ගියා. වසරේ ඉදිරි කාලයේදී පොලි අනුපාතික තව දුරටත් පහළ යාමක් අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. ඒ අනුව විශේෂයෙන්ම 2019 අවසානයේ වන විට බරිත සාමාන්‍ය ප්‍රමුඛ ණය අනුපාතිකය AWPR 9.5 පමණ මට්ටමට පදනම් අංක 70කින් අඩුවීමකුත් බරිත සාමාන්‍ය ණය අනුපාතිකය AWLR 2020 මාර්තු වන විට පදනම් අංක 120කින් පමණ 12.5ට වඩා අඩු මට්ටමකට අඩුවනු ඇතැයි අපි පුරෝකථනය කරනවා. බැංකු වංශය මත පනවා තිබූ බදු මෑත කාලීනව ජනාධිපතිවරණයෙන් පසුව අඩු කිරීමත් සමග අරමුදල් පිරිවැය අඩුවීමට සමගාමීව ඉදිරි කාලයේදී වෙළඳපොළ ණය අනුපාතික තවදුරටත් පහළ යන බවට අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. දැන් අපි මුදල් සමස්ත පිළිබඳව සලකා බලමු. පෞද්ගලික අංශය වෙත ලබා දුන් ණය ප්‍රමාණය 2019 වසරේ අගෝස්තු සිට ඔක්තෝබර් දක්වා කාලය තුල අඛණ්ඩව ඉහළ ගියා. එහෙත් පෞද්ගලික අංශය වෙත ලබා දුන් ණයෙහි වාර්ෂික ලක්ෂමය වර්ධනය මන්දගාමී වුණා. පෞද්ගලික අංශයට සපයන ලද ණයෙහි වර්ධනය ආර්ථික ක්‍රියාකාරකම් වැඩි දියුණු වීම වෙළඳපොළ ණය පොලි අනුපාතික දැනට සිදුවන පහළ යාම සහ වර්ධනය වූ වෙළඳපොළ අපේක්ෂාත් සමග 2020 වසරේදී ක්‍රමිකව ඉහළ යනු ඇතයි අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. පෞද්ගලික අංශය වෙත ලබා දුන් ණයෙහි මන්දගාමී වර්ධනය හේතු කොටගෙන මෙම වසරේ පළමු මාස 10 තුල පුලුල් මුදල් සැපයුම M2B වර්ධනයද අඛණ්ඩව මන්දගාමී වුණා. දැන් අපි උද්දමනය දෙසට බලමු. දේශීය සැපයුම් අවහිරතා ප්‍රතිඵලයක් ලෙස ආහාර මිල ගණන් ඉහළ යාම නිසා මතුපිට උද්දමනය මෑත කාලීනව ඉහළ ගියා. එය 5.5 මට්ටමට පමණ වන ලෙස ඉහළ යාමක් වාර්තා වුණා. උද්දමනය කෙටි කාලීනව මෙන්ම මැදි කාලීනව 4.6ත් අතර අපේක්ෂිත පරාසය පවතින ඇතයි අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. කෙටි කාලීනව සැපයුම් අංශයේ සිදුවන తాවකාලික අවහිරතා ඒත් මෙන්ම බදු සංශෝධන සිදු බදු සංශෝධන ඒත් සමගම අපි පරිපාලිත මිල ගණන් වල සිදුවන වෙනස් වීම නිසා උද්දමනයේ විචලනයක් අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා කෙටි කාලීනව. මේත් සමගම සැලසුම් කරලා තියෙන රාජ්‍යාංශයේ වැටුප් ඉහළ නැංවීම නිසා 2020 වසර තුල සමස්ත ඉල්ලුම ඉහළ යාම මගින් උද්දමනයට ඍජු බලපෑමක් ඇති වෙනු ඇතයි අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. ඒත් එක්කම ඒ වුණාට පවත්නා ඍණ නිමවුම් පරතරය අපේ ඍණ නිමවුම් පරතරය නිසා මැදි කාලීනව පරතරය ක්‍රමේ නිමවුම් පරතර මැදි කාලීනව ක්‍රමයෙන් අඩු වන නිසා අපේක්ෂාව නිසා උද්දමනයේ මැදි කාලීනව අපේක්ෂිත පරාසය තුල පවතින ඇතයි අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. මනාව පාලනය වූ උද්දමන අපේක්ෂා මැද තනියගේක උද්දමනය පවත්වා ගැනීම සඳහා උපකාරී වනු ඇතයි අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. මෙම කරුණු සලකා බලලා මුදල් මණ්ඩලයේ අදහස වුණේ අපේක්ෂිත ලෙස වෙළඳපොළ ණය පොලි අනුපාතිකය පහළ යාම සමග මෑත මාසවලදී ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුව විසින් ගන්න ලැබූ ප්‍රතිපත්ති ක්‍රියාමාර්ග මූල්‍ය අංශ හරහා ආර්ථික වෙතට සම්ප්‍රේෂණයෙන් පවතින බව මුල්‍ය මණ්ඩලය මුදල් මණ්ඩලයේ අදහස වුණා. ඒත් එක්කම මෑත කාලීනව සිදු කරන ලද බදු සංශෝධන මගින් කෙටි කාලීනව අඩු උද්දමනයකට සහ ඉහළ ආර්ථික වර්ධනයකට සහාය වෙනු ඇතයිත් මුදල් මණ්ඩලය අදහස වුණා. ඒත් එක්කම මැදි කාලීන ආර්ථිකයට ඇතිවන බලපෑම තක්සේරු කිරීම සඳහා මැදි කාලීන රාජ්‍ය මූල්‍ය මාවත පිළිබඳ වැඩි පැහැදිලි කිරීමක් අවශ්‍ය වන බවත් මුදල් මණ්ඩලයේ අදහස වුණා. මේ සමගම මුදල් මණ්ඩලයේ තීරණය වුණේ පොලි අනුපාතික නොවෙනස්ව පවත්වාගෙන යන්න. මෙම තීරණය උද්ධමනයේ 4.6 අතර අපේක්ෂිත පරාසය පවත්වා ගැනීමේ අරමුණ සමග අනුකූල වෙනවා. මැදි කාලීන ආර්ථිකයට සිය විභව වර්ධනය මට්ටම සඳහා ළඟා වීමට සහාය වනු ඇතැයිත් අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. ஸ்துதி.
அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கங்கள். நாணய சபையானது நேற்று நடைபெற்ற அதன் கூட்டத்தில் தற்போதைய கொள்கை வட்டி வீதங்களை தற்போதைய மட்டத்தில் தொடர்ந்தும் பேணுவதற்கு தீர்மானித்துள்ளது. அந்த அடிப்படையிலே துணைநீள் வட்டி வசதி வீதமானது 7%, துணைநீள் கடன் வழங்கல் வீதமானது 8%, நியதி ஒதுக்கு விகிதம் 5%, தொடர்ந்தும் காணப்படும். உலகளாவிய ரீதியில் நோக்கும் பொழுது மந்தமான உலகளாவிய பொருளாதார தோற்றப்பாட்டினை கருத்தில் கொண்டு முக்கிய பல பொருளாதாரங்கள் தொடர்ந்தும் ஒரு தளர்த்தப்பட்ட நாணய கொள்கை முறையினை கொண்டு நடத்துவதை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. உள்நாட்டு பொருளாதாரத்தினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே ஜனாதிபதி தேர்தலுக்கு பின்னதாக சில சாதகமான பதிலிருப்புகளை வழங்கியதன் பின்னர் நிதியியல் சந்தைகள் ஒரு கலப்பான விளைவுகளினை காட்டி ஒரு தளம்பல் நிலையை காணப்படுவதை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. அந்த அடிப்படையிலே திரைசேரி உண்டியல்கள் வீதங்கள் ஒரு தளம்பலினை அண்மைய காலத்தில் காட்டியுள்ளது. பங்குச்சந்தையினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே பங்குச்சந்தையின் குறிகாட்டிகள் ஒரு நேர்கணிய மட்டத்தில் மாறிக்கொண்டிருப்பதை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. நவம்பர் மாதத்தில் அரசாங்க பிணையங்கள் சந்தையிலே ஒரு தேறிய உட்பாய்ச்சல் ஒன்று காணப்பட்டுள்ளது. செலாவணி வீதமானது ஒரு தேறிய அடிப்படையிலே ஒரு பெறுமதி உயர்வொன்றினை காட்டக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சி வீதத்தினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே ஆண்டின் எதிர்வரும் காலப்பகுதியிலே தொடர்ந்தும் ஒரு மிதமான வளர்ச்சி ஒன்றினை காட்டும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. தற்பொழுது விதிக்கப்பட்டுள்ள வரிச்சலுகைகள் அதிகரித்த முதலீட்டாளர்களது நம்பிக்கை மற்றும் தளர்த்தப்பட்ட நாணய கொள்கை போன்றவற்றினால் ஆதரவளிக்கப்பட்டு ஒரு குறுகிய காலத்தில் பொருளாதார செயற்பாடுகளிலே ஒரு தூண்டுதலினை வழங்கும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. இருந்த பொழுதிலுமே மட்டுப்படுத்தப்பட்டதாக காணப்படுகின்ற கொள்கை இடைவெளிகளினை பொருத்தமான அடிப்படையில் பயன்படுத்தி ஒரு பொருத்தமான கொள்கை கலப்பின் மூலமாக பொருளாதாரமானது அதன் உள்ளார்ந்த வளத்தினை படிப்படியாக அடைந்து கொள்வது மாத்திரமன்றி அதனை அதிகரிப்பதற்கான சாத்தியக்கூறும் நடுத்தர காலத்தில் காணப்படுகின்றது. வெளிநாட்டுத்துறையினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே குறைவடைந்து வருகின்ற வர்த்தக பற்றாக்குறையின் விளைவாக ஒரு ஸ்திரமான நிலையிலே காணப்படுகின்றது. இது பெருமளவிலே குறைவடைந்து செல்கின்ற இறக்குமதி செலவினங்களினால் ஆதரவளிக்கப்பட்டு வருகின்றது. முக்கியமாக தனியார் ஊர்திகள் மற்றும் சுத்திகரிக்கப்பட்ட பெட்ரோலியம், அரிசி மற்றும் போக்குவரத்து உபகரணங்கள் போன்றவற்றின் வீழ்ச்சி இதற்கு முக்கியமான காரணமாக காணப்படுகின்றது. சுற்றுலா பயணிகளின் வருகையினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே உதித்த ஞாயிறு தாக்குதலின் பின்னர் ஒரு படிப்படியான மேம்பாடு ஒன்று காணப்படுவதை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. ஆண்டின் முதல் 10 மாதங்களில் சுற்றுலா பயணிகளின் வருகைகள் 20.7% குறைவடைந்ததை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. தனியார் பண அனுப்புதல்களை பொறுத்தவரையிலே ஒட்டுமொத்த அடிப்படையிலே ஒரு குறைவொன்று பதிவு செய்யப்பட்டுள்ளது. வர்த்தக செலாவணி வீதத்தினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே ஆண்டின் இதுவரையான காலப்பகுதியிலே 1.3% பெறுமதி உயர்வொன்று பதிவு செய்யப்பட்டுள்ளது. ஆண்டின் 10 மாத காலப்பகுதியிலே இலங்கை மத்திய வங்கியானது ஒன்று சேர்ந்த அடிப்படையிலே $303 ஐக்கிய அமெரிக்க டாலர்கள் மில்லியனை சந்தையிலிருந்து கொள்வனவு செய்துள்ளது. மொத்த அலுவலர் சால் ஒதுக்குகள் 7.8 ஐக்கிய அமெரிக்க டாலர்கள் பில்லியனாக காணப்படுகின்றன. வட்டி வீதங்களை பொறுத்தவரையிலே வைப்பு வீதங்கள் தொடர்ச்சியாக குறைவடைவது வருவதனை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. இந்த குறைவடைந்த வட்டி வீதங்களின் காரணமாக குறைவடைந்த நிதியியல் செலவினை பிரதிபலித்து கடன் வழங்கல் வீதங்களும் தொடர்ச்சியாக குறைவடைந்து வருகின்றன. மேலதிகமான குறைப்பொன்றும் இந்த கடன் வழங்கல் வீதத்திலே எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. அந்த அடிப்படையிலே 2019 ஆண்டின் இறுதியளவில் சராசரி நிறைவேற்றப்பட்ட முதன்மை கடன் வழங்கல் வீதம் மேலும் 70 அடிப்படை புள்ளிகளால் 9.5%, சராசரி நிறைவேற்றப்பட்ட கடன் வழங்கல் வீதம் 120 அடிப்படை புள்ளிகளால் 12.5%க்கும் குறையும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. இத்தகைய குறைந்த நிதியியல் செலவிற்கு அண்மையில் மேற்கொள்ளப்பட்ட சாதகமான வரி சீர்திருத்தங்களும் மேலும் சாதகமாக பாதிப்பினை ஏற்படுத்தும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. தனியார் துறைக்கான கடன் வழங்கினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே உண்மை நியதிகளில் ஆகஸ்ட் முதல் அக்டோபர் வரையான காலப்பகுதியிலே ஒரு உயர்வான பெறுமதி ஒன்று காணப்படுகின்றது. இந்த தனியார் துறைக்கான கொடுகடன் வளர்ச்சியானது படிப்படியாக 2020 ஆண்டில் மீட்சியடையும் எனவும் இதற்கு மீட்சியடைந்து வருகின்ற பொருளாதார செயற்பாடுகள் மற்றும் உறுதியடைந்து வருகின்ற சந்தை நம்பிக்கைத்தன்மை மற்றும் தளர்த்தப்பட்ட நாணய கொள்கை போன்றவை அதனுடான கடன் வழங்கல் வீதங்களில் ஏற்படுகின்ற குறைவு போன்றவை ஆதரவளிக்கும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. குறைவடைந்து செல்கின்ற இந்த தனியார் துறைக்கான கொடுகடனின் விளைவாக விரிந்த பணத்தின் வளர்ச்சியானது ஒரு மந்தமான நிலையிலே தொடர்ந்தும் காணப்படுகின்றது. பணவீக்கத்தினை நோக்குவமாக இருந்தால் தற்பொழுது உள்நாட்டில் காணப்படுகின்ற நிரம்பல் இடர்பாடுகளினை பிரதிபலித்து உணவு விலைகளில் ஏற்படுகின்ற அதிகரிப்பின் காரணமாக முதன்மை பணவீக்கம் அண்மை காலத்தில் அதிகரித்ததனை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. நடுத்தர காலம் மற்றும் குறுங்காலத்தில் பணவீக்கமானது எதிர்பார்க்கப்பட்ட மட்டமான 4-6% தொடர்ந்தும் காணப்படும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. இருந்த பொழுதிலும் தற்காலிகமான சில தளம்பல்கள், முக்கியமாக தற்காலிக நிரம்பல் பக்க இடர்பாடுகள், வரி சீர்திருத்தங்கள் மற்றும் சாத்தியமான நிர்வகிக்கப்பட்ட விலைகளில் ஏற்படுகின்ற குறைவுகள் என்பவற்றின் காரணமாக ஒரு தற்காலிகமான ஒரு தளம்பல் ஒன்று பணவீக்கத்தில் காணப்படலாம். அதே போன்று தற்போதைய வரி சீர்திருத்தங்கள் மற்றும் அரசு துறைக்கான சம்பள அதிகரிப்புகள் போன்றவை 2020 ஆண்டில் கூட்டுக்கல்வியின் மீது ஒரு நேரடியான தாக்கத்தினை கொண்டிருக்கும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. தற்காலிக இந்த மாற்றங்கள் இருந்த பொழுதிலும் நடுத்தர காலத்திலே இந்த எதிர்கணிய வெளியீட்டு இடைவெளியானது படிப்படியாக மாத்திரமே இல்லாதொழியும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுவதன் காரணமாக பணவீக்கமானது நடுத்தர காலத்தில் விரும்பப்பட்ட மட்டத்தில் தொடர்ந்து இருக்கும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. இதற்கு நன்கு உறுதி செய்யப்பட்ட பணவீக்க எதிர்பார்ப்புகளும் சாதகமாக காணப்படுகின்றது. இந்த அடிப்படையிலே நாணய கொள்கையானது ஏற்கனவே கடந்த மாதங்களில் நாணய சபையினால் மேற்கொள்ளப்பட்ட தீர்மானங்களுக்கு அமைய அதன் கொள்கைகள் தற்பொழுது நிதி சந்தைகளின் கடன் வழங்கல் வீதங்களுக்கு படிப்படியாக பரிமாற்றப்படுவதனை எதிர்பார்க்கின்றது. இந்த அண்மைய வரி சீர்திருத்தங்கள் ஒரு தாழ்ந்த பணவீக்கத்திற்கும் அதிகரித்த பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சிக்கும் குறுங்காலத்தில் தாக்கத்தை ஏற்படுத்தும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்ற பொழுதிலும் இந்த வரி சீர்திருத்தங்கள் தொடர்பான நடுத்தர கால தாக்கமானது தாக்கத்தினை அறிந்து கொள்வதற்கு மேலும் தெளிவுபடுத்தல், முக்கியமாக அரசாங்கத்தின் இறை பாதை தொடர்பான மேலும் தெளிவுபடுத்தல் ஒன்று தேவைப்படுகின்றது. இந்த நாணய சபையின் தீர்மானத்திற்கு பணவீக்கத்தினை 4-6% பேணுவது என்பதும் பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சியினை அதன் உள்ளார்ந்த மட்டத்தில் பேணுவது என்பதும் முக்கியமான நோக்கமாக கருத்தில் கொள்ளப்பட்டது. நன்றி.
Thank you very much to all three of my colleagues. As is customary, let me now give you a little bit of a flavor of the discussion at the Monetary Board, which resulted in the decision to keep the policy rates on hold. Now, there are a number of factors. I'll go through the factors as I usually do, those which argue for relaxation or holding and those which argue for a more cautious approach. There are a number of factors which actually argue for a relaxation or holding of the policy stance. As my colleagues have told you, the Monetary Board decided to continue its accommodative stance overall to the policy rates. Why did they take that position? One, the external environment continues to be favorable. Last year, you will recall that with the US Federal Reserve tightening monetary policy, the room to maneuver as far as domestic monetary policy formulation was concerned became severely constrained, with the capital outflows putting pressure on the exchange rate. It became more difficult for policy rates to be relaxed last year, even though there were a number of indicators which pointed in the direction of a more accommodative policy stance. This time, there is no such pressure. The US Fed is in a passive stance, and capital flows are not a problem right now. Then the growth continues to be muted. The output gap also persists. So that again argues for a relaxation of policy. The inflation, again, though there has been an uptick of inflation in the last couple of months, and we expect in December for inflation to get to the upper bound of 6%, inflation expectations are well anchored, and the outlook is stable, and we expect inflation to come down to the middle of the range during the course of next year, as you have heard. The private sector credit growth has been well below what we expected originally. I think there was, in absolute terms, an expectation that private sector credit would grow by 750 billion rupees. It's more likely to be about 250 or 270 billion this year. So it is significantly less. And again, as far as monetary aggregates are concerned, at present it's growing at about 6%, and during the course of the year, M2B is expected to grow between 6 and 7%. Last year, it was 13%. What these two indicators seem to show is that there is capacity for some expansionary policies in terms of aggregate demand in the system. I'm kind of setting the stage for the fiscal stimulus. This, again, seems to indicate that the fiscal stimulus could possibly be accommodated without overheating of the economy, provided it is structured within a clear, stable framework. The next point to make is that the exchange rate has also been relatively stable. I think it's appreciated by a little over 1% so far, and that may be attributed to the significant improvement in the trade deficit, as you saw in the presentations, which has also led to a reduction in our current account deficit from 3.2% of GDP last year to 2.6%. That has taken some of the pressure off the exchange rate, and the risk on phase as far as international capital markets are concerned has meant that the pressure in terms of capital outflows has also been less. So the current account deficit improvement and less pressure as far as capital account outflows are concerned, has meant that the exchange rate is relatively stable. So all these kind of argue for an accommodative or a relaxing mode as far as monetary policy is concerned. There are a couple of factors which we need to take into account, which go in the other direction. One is there has been a great deal that has been done as far as relaxing monetary policy is concerned already. You will recall that the SRR has been reduced by 2.5 percentage points. The policy rates have been reduced by 100 basis points. The OMO operations, open market operations, have been widened in scope to include bonds. And we've also, you've seen from the presentations, the regulatory measures that were taken to push down initially deposit rates to reduce the cost of financing for banks, and then the measures that were taken to encourage banks to pass on the reduction in the cost of financing through to their customers by reducing the lending rates. You saw from the presentations that we expect the prime rate to come down 70 basis points by end of December, and the average weighted lending rate to come down by 120 basis points by March. So all that has still to take place. So there is this relaxation of monetary policy that is ongoing and on stream, and we need to make sure that we understand fully what the impact of what has already been done before there is any further relaxation of monetary policy. So that's one reason to be on hold, though there are a number of factors that point in the direction of relaxation. The other factor we need to be cautious about is the fiscal outturn. Even before this fiscal package that came out a couple of days ago, there were certain fiscal measures, including the salary increase that comes on stream in January, which argues for some degree of caution as far as loosening monetary policy is concerned. So those are kind of the factors that were taken into account. Now, let me say a little bit about the fiscal stimulus package. As I said, if you look, it's the whole rationale behind this fiscal stimulus package is to put more aggregate demand into the system to revive the economy. We've had persistently low growth for some time now, and the idea is that through these reductions in taxes that you will put additional aggregate demand into the system, which would help to grow the economy. And as I pointed out earlier, there seems to be some space to do that. If you look at monetary aggregates, if you look at credit growth, there seems to be some space for this incremental aggregate demand to come into the system. But it is extremely important that we are very vigilant, and that this fiscal stimulus must be kept in a framework which does not undermine fiscal sustainability, and even more importantly, it must not undermine debt sustainability. Now, Sri Lanka has never missed a single payment as far as its debt obligations are concerned, and we don't intend to start now. And so it is very encouraging that the government will shortly be making a statement. They will be making a statement to show how this fiscal stimulus package will be accommodated without undermining stability, without leading to a situation where there is overheating in the economy and there is balance of payments pressure, that there is inflationary pressure that emerges. So that statement, which we, I think, put out shortly, will demonstrate that the broad framework within which fiscal consolidation has been taking place, within which we have been able to maintain both fiscal and debt sustainability will be continued. So that's the framework. As I said, there is a justification for a fiscal stimulus package, and there are indicators which show that there is absorptive capacity that is available. But we need to be very vigilant and make sure that this is accommodated without undermining stability in the system.